This is the true story of my life from my family as I remember it. Perhaps it will help them to better know and understand me as a person. And this is Ellen's story of Harvey Shatskin, the love of her life, her husband, and the father of her 3 children. Ellen Leone Gould was born on April 8, 1921 in St. Louis, Missouri. Harvey Shatskin was born in New York City, January 15, 1921, and they were to meet in St. Louis during World War II. Ellen writes of their meeting, December 7, 1942 dawned cold and snowy. There was this really cute guy in the uniform of a U.S. Army Air Force cadet named Harvey Shatskin, and we really liked each other. We clicked. I'm not sure we knew it that night, but it was love at first sight. On Christmas Day, Harvey and Ellen decided they were in love and wished to be married. He returned from Greenland on Christmas 1943 and they were married January 16, 1944, she in a blue silk bridesmaid's dress and he handsome in his uniform. Honeymoon postponed, they stayed with relatives, where Ellen's silk trousseau was replaced by functional flannel, and breakfast in the morning after they broke the bed brought blushes to their faces. Harvey was next stationed to Orlando, Florida, where Ellen and Harvey finally had a real honeymoon for 2 weeks at Daytona Beach. In the fall of 1944, Harvey was sent overseas, where he was in China and India for 14 months. And finally the war ended, and Ellen wrote, "I went down alone to the train station when Harvey came in. I will never forget the feeling when I saw him walking toward me, his duffel bag on his shoulder." And the war now behind them, Ellen and Harvey began their life together. They moved to Milltown, New Jersey, where they found a small house in a cute neighborhood, and their first child, Arthur, was born in February 1948. A larger house in Rumson, New Jersey, welcomed Paul in 1950 and Dorothy in 1954. And it was a happy life. Ellen writes, "It was typical 1950s suburban life, and I loved every minute of it. We adored each other, and we had our wonderful little family." Unfortunately, it was not to last, and Harvey died in September 1958. As Ellen wrote, "The worst time was right before dinner, and it always just hit me again that he wasn't there. I was also very frightened." Ellen was to marry again. She wrote, "By the time we finally got engaged, I loved Monroe and was happy. It wasn't the same kind of feeling I had for Harvey, but I and the time were different, and they moved to Maplewood, New Jersey, where Arthur and Paul and Dorothy grew up. And today, Arthur's children, Becky and Eric, and Dorothy's children, Emily and William, are the same ages that Harvey and Ellen were when they began their life together. And Ellen and Harvey live on through them, and the hope for generations more to come.